In this section, we will explore the Pareto Principle, commonly known as the 80-20 rule, a powerful concept that can transform how we approach the time management and productivity. The Pareto Principle suggests that a significant majority of effects, typically around 80%, stem from a minority of causes, often around 20%. This idea was firstly introduced by the Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto, who observed in the early 20th century that around 80% of the total land in Italy was just owned by the 20% of the population. At its core, the principle emphasizes that a small percentage of inputs or efforts can yield a disproportionate number of results or outcomes. For instance, in a business setting, often 80% of sales might come from 20% of the clients. Similarly, 80% of the complaints might originate from 20% of the customers, and 80% of the profit might be driven by just 20% of the products or services. When applied to time management, its principle highlights that the importance of focusing on most critical 20% of the vital tasks that will generate 80% of the desired results. By identifying and prioritizing these tasks, we can make better use of our time and resources, maximizing the efficiency and their impacts. It's also important to recognize that the specific ratio 80-20 isn't a grid rule, but depending on the circumstances and situation, it could shift to something else like 90-10 or 70-30, but the concept remains same. A smaller percentage of causes often drives the majority of the outcomes. Understanding and applying the Pareto Principle allows us to channel our energy into what truly matters, enabling us to achieve our goals more effectively and efficiently.